So amazing, so amazing, so amazing. It's amazing, so amazing, so amazing, so amazing. It's amazing.
So, what I think of the new X-Men Origins Wolverine? Well, two things to get out of the way. Number one, I'm going to give a lot away. So, if you don't enjoy spoilers, and that means you, Chris, you're going to want to X this out, because I'm going to pretty much give the entire story away. Number two, I'm a huge X-Men fan. Ever since I was 4, I loved the X-Men, especially Wolverine. So this movie was huge for me. Now, the first thing I liked about this movie, the plot. Wolverine is pretty much out for revenge against his half-brother, Sabretooth, who he pretty much spent his life with. He undergoes an experiment which bonds his skeleton with indestructible metal, and now Sabretooth is on the run from him, while he's on the run from the government. Another thing I liked were the characters. Deadpool is just the smart-ass guy who eventually gets what's coming to him. He becomes Weapon 11. A brutal experiment Stryker performs on him, like sewing his mouth shut, cutting around his eyes, putting like spikes in his overall torso, and giving him swords that come out of his arms. Now, Blob, Frederick Dukes, he's kind of, at first he's a normal person with super strength, but eventually he becomes fat. He really lets himself go, and he doesn't like anyone mentioning his weight. And believe me, if you've seen the trailers, you can see how that's used a lot in this movie. Kayla Silverfox is a mutant who possesses the ability to persuade people to do whatever she wants just by touching them. Now, at first she doesn't seem like an important character, but believe me, she plays a huge role in the overall plot of the film. John Wraith, Kestrel, played by Will.I.Am of all people, he's also pretty good. He's the loyal friend of Wolverine, who sticks to his side for everything, keeps his watch over him, eventually giving his life to protect Wolverine from Sabretooth. Now, the one thing I didn't like were the people who played Stryker, Danny Huston, and Sabretooth, Liev Schreiber. Now, I didn't like Danny Huston because I was so used to seeing Brian Cox playing Stryker, so used to Brian Cox having that sinister smile on his face every time he saw Wolverine. That was awesome. In this movie, it's gone. Danny Huston does not have that charm with him. Liev Schreiber I didn't like because he didn't look like Sabretooth at all. Don't get me wrong, he played the part very good, but he just didn't remind me that he was Sabretooth. Tyler Mane did a pretty good job, and he didn't even have like one line in the film. Now, what I didn't like about this film, why was Cyclops in it? Why? Why did you need him? He didn't play a very important role. All he did was blast the crap out of a couple of soldiers. I mean, I can understand Emma Frost being in the movie. She's the whole reason why Wolverine has to help Silver Fox break everyone out of prison. I also didn't get, why was Storm in the film? Why was Toad in the film? Why was Quicksilver in the film? He wasn't in any other of the X-Men films. Another thing I didn't care for was the Agent Zero character. He was downplayed. I mean, like, he was kind of like Bolt. They killed him within the first 10 minutes of the film, but Agent Zero had so much more potential. I mean, unlike Bolt, he didn't just light up a light bulb. That's not all he could do. He was superhero speed, strength, endurance. He was perfect. Why did they kill him within the first half of the film? It's stupid, really. One thing I didn't like about this movie either was like the overall acting for every character except Wolverine and Liev Schreiber. They just didn't do the part right. I mean, I liked Will.I.Am as an actor. He did pretty good. I didn't like the acting for Blob or Bolt. He just always had that blank expression on his face. Gambit, I loved. I loved this guy, I swear to God. He was like my second favorite character in the X-Men, and he did a very good job. Sure, he comes later in the film, but he plays a pretty important role. He's an escaped prisoner from Stryker's Island, and Wolverine needs him to bring him to the prison. So, what does he do? Tries to kill him. That makes sense. But the martial arts he had to learn to use the bow staff, he did it pretty good. I mean, I understand it took him like 2 weeks to master all the moves for the choreography, but he did the martial arts pretty good. He had some serious potential. I also liked the effects for Cyclops blasts and eventually Weapon 11. I love how Stryker's son makes like the smallest appearance ever, cryogenically frozen, easily identified by the two eyes, the blue one and the green one. I also deeply enjoyed the overall plot. I know I said it, but I'll say it again. It was amazing. I also love how they actually convey the original story for Wolverine. Born James Howlett eventually has his mind wiped and thinks his name is Logan due to his dog tags. It was an amazing movie. Go see it. Get your damn money, go to the damn theater, buy the damn ticket, and go see the damn movie. One of the 3 greatest action films of all time. The other 2 being Die Hard and Dark Knight. Well, I'll see you on my next review. Goodbye.
You know how long I've been on ya. Sprinkles on Apollonia. Since OJ had isotoners. Don't act like I never told ya. Don't act like I 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 told ya. Baby, you're making it better, faster, stronger.